So you better not be the one to doubt her. 'Cause we gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. We been on the road. From the go, hit my blow. You know we been down for too long to give up. Can't go, I need all pesos, want it all. Case closed, I go wild to the wild, can't hold to the ball game over. These boys can't hold me, you boys can't hold us. I told you, better not be the one to doubt her. 'Cause we been putting in the hour. We only taking what was ours. So you better not be the one to doubt her. 'Cause we gon' blow your mind.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Fasten your seatbelts for one of the great divisional rivalries in the NFL. This is the first of 2 games between these teams this year, and you know it's going to be entertaining. It's the Jets going up against the Bills. So let's send you up to Orchard Park, New York. Standing by, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. They'll come out in the pistol. Taylor with a give to McCoy. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Taylor. Airing one out deep for Holmes here. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now they'll try and run the sweep to McCoy. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
What kind of game are we going to have in store for us? I understand the call here if it's the final 2 minutes and you're losing. But this is the opening drive of the game. That is too big a chance for my blood. But give them credit. They got it to pay off.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
One thing that's really difficult for an offense is often identifying how to block a 3-4 defense. Well, when they're coming out of blitz, even more difficult. They're elusive targets and hard to hit. But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They go play action with Taylor. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So McCoy adding to his yardage total in this one. Last year, 895 yards in his first season in Buffalo. Of course, he had Charles 4,000-yard years in Philadelphia.
And you know the man they call Shady wants to throw some shade at the Eagles for ever letting him go. He wants a big year in 2016.
2nd down following the run. Now a handoff looking right. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Now Taylor. Looking for Cruz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass is incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. And it's 2nd down. And here are the starters offensively. And one of the wideouts, Eric Decker.
Remember when he came out of school, out of Minnesota, and many thought he was nothing more than a number 2 or 3 receiver? He's proven everyone wrong. He's a guy who's a high-volume catcher and a terrific player downfield.
Niall Davis off to the races. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Niall Davis, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets have taken a first quarter lead. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before. Every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterback, so you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker. And on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
Here's Taylor to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. Watkins alone on the left side. Here's Taylor. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
He may have had some offseason foot surgery, but that hasn't prevented Sammy Watkins from being Sammy Watkins, and that's special.
And when we see him before the game running the route tree, looked like the same Sammy Watkins to me that we saw a year ago.
Yeah, and I think he's going to just keep getting better and better. I love his explosiveness off the line of scrimmage as he starts his routes.
They come out here in the eye, and they'll go with a ground attack here. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. Buster Screen is able to bring him down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And to give this time to the tailback, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense. Taylor And he's got his man. It's the tight end play. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. And now the offense operates in the red zone. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
They'll try and run it with McCoy. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
His path became similar to...
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. On the return, it's Jalen Marshall. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And Anderson's got it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They go play action here on first down. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. A gain of 6 there on first. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's Davis now. And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Looking to throw. That one complete to Anderson. Now he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Right side, there's Decker. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Brief break in the action here. Back to Buffalo after this. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. They'll look to throw again. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Reggie Ragland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And they're going to speed things up here. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use his speed to get there in the run game.
Third down and 4. Taylor. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
They were full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
A really nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
2nd down and just 1. They'll They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. 1 man in the backfield. That's McCoy. He'll get the football here. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Over the middle, it's Holmes. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Hauschka's kick is good. So we've hit halftime, just a field goals. And Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback, and as we saw in week 1, the new rule, this one coming out to the 25-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
And that was a nice play by the defense, and it is tough to be an offensive lineman nowadays, especially if you're dealing with how the defensive tackles have evolved. Their quickness, their agility, their speed has changed the big guys in the middle, the center, and the offensive guards. Formerly, they were just power players. Now they have to be light on their feet as well to keep up with the speed of the defensive players.
They're going to look to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. Now they get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Got an open man, it's a noon one. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy. It came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of different driving on those paved roads. And those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? That's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he fires one, but incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And they just did not get the snap away in time. Taylor looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a gain of 17 that time. And the Bills are going to have a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Going to drop this off to McCoy, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Let's go.
Now Taylor to throw on second down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a jet touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. It's a short kick here, fielded at the 24. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
10th carry now for McCoy. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Come on, let's go.
In motion left is Cruz. On 2nd down, Taylor. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he takes it across midfield to the 45. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Back to throw. Anugua's got it, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Shift together here from the D-line. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. So they're operating in the red zone. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
The play fake. He'll look to throw. Looking for Decker, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4. And he's going to be taken down. He's sacked on the final play of this 3rd quarter. In motion left is Watkins. On 2nd down, here's Taylor. Being chased out left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, David Harris. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out come the Bills. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ten yards still left on 2nd down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Again, it's McCoy. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. And they'll give it to him here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that play on any down.
offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one.
Let's go!
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Buying time to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Second down following the incompletion. Now Taylor going to hand this one off to McCoy. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. Now Taylor, and that is incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and that brings up 4th down. I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Taylor on 4th down. And this is caught. That's Watkins. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And the seemingly endless drive continues. There's a carry now for Mike Gillisley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive. They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there. So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Oh, you see the result right there. Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post. Get off my lawn. That's darn right.
Here we go now. Green.
He'll look to throw, and he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
We got 3, fellas. Here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw. Deep. He's got a man. Complete. 20. 10. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 72 yards. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Now Davis. And he'll be stopped just. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On the carry, it's Davis. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow. So how many practices have we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there?
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Bills getting set to go. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Jet territory. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jets, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they will fall to 1-1, and they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.